All right, today's lesson is about something I mentioned last time. It is about simplifying fractions. And you might be saying, why in the world, Mrs. Morrison, do I need to simplify fractions? It doesn't matter if it's something like 2156. That could still be right. And I will say, you're right. That could technically be right. But on a very practical level, on the MCAs, which I know life is about so much more than the MCAs. But if I get this answer and then I look at A, B, C, and D, and this is not one of them, you might be saying, oh no, I got it wrong. But it might be right, just not simplified. So oftentimes on the MCA, the answers will be simplified. But also, it's easier to understand how big this fraction is if we can make the numbers a little bit smaller. Because you might be saying 2156. I don't know. Is that big? Is that small? It seems big because the numbers are big. But if we make the numbers smaller, then you'll actually be able to see about how big it is. So it's a little bit about why. But anywho, simplifying fractions. Say I have a fraction like 3/9. Simplifying it is writing it smaller but the same size. So smaller but equivalent. So if I have 3/9, oh goodness, I'm going to embarrass myself now and try and draw a fraction. You'll see why I usually use pre-drawn pictures. Okay, sort of ninths. Sorry about my bad drawing. And I have 3 of them. Well, what is that the same as? Well, if I divide them both by 3, I can see that that is the same as 1/3. You might say, oh, Mrs. Morrison, I'm so bad at division. How do I know what I can divide by? I'll help you out. Don't worry. Say I have something like 4/16. Oh, not 6. 4/16. Oh, no, actually, I like 4/6 better. And you're like, okay, what can I divide those by? I always like to start by asking myself, are they both even? Because if they're both even, I can divide it by 2. Or I can look at a multiplication chart and I can say, okay, 4 and 6. I need to find a row that has both 4 and 6 in it. So if I look and I say, oh, right here, 4 and 6 are both in the 2 row, I know I can divide it by 2. And then I can look back at my chart and I can say, okay, 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So that is one great way to help you out. So then I know it equals 2/3 simplified. Now, if I have something like 8/18, let's see. I'm going to go back to my chart. I need to find a row that has both 8 and 18 in it. Okay, I see 8 right here. Oh, but 18 isn't in that row. Let's go back up. 8, 18. Okay, they're both in the 2 row as well, just like the last one. So if I divide them by 2, they're both even. 8 divided by 2, I might know is 4. 18 divided by 2, I might have to go check. So again, I look in the 2 row for 18 and I say, 9 times 2 is 18. So if I divide by 2, I get 9. Now 4 and 9, I'm not going to find those anywhere in the same row. So I know that that is simplified. Let me do some more examples. Okay, 10/25. What can I divide those both by? Well, they're not both even, so I can't divide them by 2. But let's go look. 10 and 25. Okay, I saw 10 here first. Is 25? 25 is also in that row, so I know I can divide them both by 5. Divided by 5. Divided by 5. 10 divided by 5. Well, I know that 5 times 2 is 10. So it's going to be 2. 25 divided by 5. Well, I know 5 times 5 is 25. So then 2/5 is simplified. And again, if I'm looking at 10/25, I might say, oh, I don't know. How big is that? Again, seems kind of big. But if I look, 2/5, I know that that's about half little less than half. So that tells me 10/25ths is about half as well. All right, I got 2 more examples for you. 1636, and then I'll tell you the code word. 1636. Okay, where is that? Let's see. Okay, well, 16 is here. I think 36 would also be divisible by 2. But let's see if it's somewhere else actually on my chart. 16, 36. Okay, I can divide them both by 4. Divided by 4, divided by 4. If I look, 16 divided by 4 is 4. 36 divided by 4 is 9. So this one is actually also equal to 4/9, just like 8/18 was. Which is a good point. If I had done this divided by 2, maybe that's what I tried, I would have gotten 8/18. That's an equivalent fraction, but I have to divide it by 2 again to give me 4/9 simplified. So sometimes I have to do a couple of steps to get the simplified fraction. Last one, the one I started with, 2156. Where are they on my multiplication chart? Okay, 21 is right here. Oh, and 56 is also in the same row. So divide them both by 7. Divided by 7, divided by 7. 21 divided by 7 is 3. 56 divided by 7 is 8. So 3/8 is the simplified version of this. And the code word today, or this lesson, is the code word. Is. Because, in a sentence, sometimes we need boring words. Sorry. All right, go ahead and try your practice. Okay, writing in simplest form, finding the ones in simplest form, then a couple other problems as well. Let me know if you need help. I'm here for you.